Delicious. You know, we don't always have to have coffee together. We can have walnuts together. These are halves and pieces by $3.65 day value. Well, they're just delicious. I need some coffee. Okay. How are y'all? Do I look a little washed out? That would be because I have on no eye makeup. Let's get this off. By the way, this lipstick that I'm using, this is that Urban Decay, and this particular color I think is Rock Steady. This is a sample. And I don't know. It's not me probably. It's honestly, it's all over my fingers. Look at this. Use this all over my thumb, all over this. I guess it's like a stain, but it honestly is a mess. Like, if I kissed my husband, he would be a mess. So, I don't know. I don't think he'd like to be a mess. Okay. But, I had recently done the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons Eye Palette and the Love Flush Blush Palette, which I really enjoyed. I really do like them. They're very Valentine-y. However, okay, did you hear that? Y'all, I've seen this all over the internet, and this is what's happening to me too. That this chocolate bonbon palette, the pieces are falling out. Now, some people say for $50, I am not going to, you know, glue these back in. But I really like it. And they said that when they went back to the store, so in my case it would be Ulta, that the one they got had the same problem. And so this was over and over. And the fact that this hinge was coming off. So, I don't know. Maybe the packaging stinks. But bottom line is I love it. But today I'm using the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. And I'm going to go from there. This is a magnetized palette. Let's pull the little sheet off so that we can actually see. And I'm going to start with bathwater. Again, I do not have bathwater's a color. I do not have any tears, fake tears, or MAC. What am I trying to say? MAC Fix Plus. There. Yes, thank you. Okay. This red lipstick is really red. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to put with it. It's like a red burgundy, but it's still very vibrant. And I feel like it is a little overboard. I don't know why. I don't know. Okay, so I am going to choose, what did I say? Bathwater? That is a second color right here, and the reason I'm going to choose it is because it is not matte, and I wanted a frosted color, and I'm using a E55 from Sigma Beauty. That's an eye shader, and it's close to a short shader. It's a little longer, and so I'm going to put that under the brow. So that's where we're starting, and a little on the inner corner. Whatever I usually put under the brow, I put in the inner corner. And sometimes I will go out to the inner part of the lid with that same color. And again, this is Bathwater. Is the name of this color. And it's part of the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette. I have to say, I really think this is a great palette. Okay, so. I feel like a clown with this lipstick on. I feel like it's, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I do. I feel like it's over, I don't know, it does, it looks like the Joker. Anyway, so now I'm going to take, what I usually use for the transition color is my Extravaganza large fluffy brush. It's an E50. I usually pick some sort of a neutral, which is Harajuku or 1987. So here's Harajuku, which looks more like, oh wait a minute, that's the pink. Okay, the names are above it. So Anaheim or Zone. I'm trying to decide, do I want to use Zone? I'm going to go for Zone. I have a funny feeling I should have chosen Anaheim. Okay, there we go. And this is a color that I do between the highlighter and the crease. Actually, it goes down to the crease every time. And what I do this for is so that I have a kind of a backdrop to whatever I'm going to do in the crease. And this is just, that's why it's called a transition color. And it just keeps it from being this huge difference between the two. Often, I will tell you, I have to go back and redo my highlighter just because it does kind of erase it a little bit. My brows do not look too good today, y'all. And I don't have on, a lot of things. So anyway, I'm going to just keep going. So now, what will be on the eyelid? For the eyelid, I usually use some what is wrong with me? Mac Fix Plus, or some artificial tears. And I use a concealer brush, which in this particular Sigma Beauty line is an F75 synthetic. And I go with a bright color for my lid. And I'm choosing in this palette the color Pop. By the way, have y'all seen this palette? Maybe I should put it up close so you can see it. Yeah. There's the palette. Now I'm hoping that it will focus. Usually I take it down before it has a chance. So I'm trying to just leave it there for a second so y'all can focus. I know there's also a reflection of the lights, so sorry about that. So I am going to take this color right here, Pop. And I'm going to really kind of fill the brush up. So I'm going in kind of a circular motion. I don't want to waste shadow, so I don't go swooshing all around. And I'm going to use this mirror. And so I go to the center. And it's not going to near have the effect than if you used the MAC Fix Plus. So it's on there, but it's barely. And a lot of times I will think, okay, that's not very pigmented, but that's not it. It's just that you didn't use any kind of primer or any kind of anything that will cause this to stick. And that's where, when you do, that's where you see the shadow. The little particulates that are kind of sparkly and whatever. So I'm not seeing that very strong. So it looks okay. Y'all, this lipstick looks seriously like the Joker. Look at my mouth. Oh my gosh. This is why I don't really like lipstick. This is a cream lipstick too. It's not a stain. And yet it's all over my hands. I mean, it is all over my hands. I'm kind of scared when I try to take this off what exactly is going to happen. Okay, so I've done that. So now I'm going to take, a shader brush and kind of blend this out a little bit. And so this is a medium angled shader. It's an E70. And this is often what I've used to put on highlighter, but this I'm just using to kind of blend out between the highlight and the transition color. So now I'm going to take, okay, you have two choices, I feel like, when you go to the next step. And that is you can have a pencil brush if you have a really dark color and you want something more precise. Or you can use a small taper blending brush, which is an E45. And I think I can go with that, but it's not quite as precise. It's a little bigger. And I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and choose Punk. Punk is this color up here that is a little bit more kind of brown burgundy. If you can see that right there. And I'm just going to roll it because I don't want to waste the color. Sometimes people just swirl, 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 and they just waste the color. And often I will tap back into the palette, not just tap on the edge somewhere else. To tap it back in. Woo, that's really strong. So I'm going to do just a swirl there and then back a swirl here. And then back here. Wow, that is very pigmented to the point that, and I'm bringing it back in on the outer part of the lid. But I am definitely not putting it all on one side because it was really strong. Matter of fact, it's going right up into my transition color, kind of taking it over, but that's okay. And now I'm going to take my pencil brush. I will blend that out, by the way. And I want to use some of this blue. This blue is called Danger, and it's gorgeous. So I'm going to roll that. And we will tap it back off in here. And I'm going to go right on the upper lash line to bring some of that blue in, and a little outer V. Instead of black, I'm using this blue. And it is gorgeous. So, it's good bit of fallout, but you know, like I said, I haven't used primer, and I haven't used tears, and I haven't used anything that would help you not have fallout. So, it's kind of like, really, what did you expect? So, and then last but not least, I'm going to use my, my short shader, which is an E20. And I'm thinking I will use some of the Punk, the color that I used up above. I hate these colors. I always hate Urban Decay's color names. They're just awful. And I'm using it right on the lash line. Now, if you wanted, I mean, some people take the pencil brush and they add a color and they get all underneath here, but I feel like that's just too much color down there. As I say that, I'm going to say go ahead and add some more of this Danger, which is that beautiful blue, but I'm only going to add it to the inner corner. It's just to pick up what's on the top of the lid. You know, just a little bit of blue. Just this in there. Now, a lot of times I will tell you I'll use whatever's left over on this brush to finish out your brow, but because the last color that I had was blue, I would say no, 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 don't do that this time. So I'm going to go back to my Medium Mangled Shading Brush E70, and I'm going to use this. I may actually put a color on this because I need to blend, and I think I'll use this color right here, Stark. I need kind of a matte color, not colorless completely, but just light, because I need to kind of blend these edges, but they're a little too dark, so I need a little color on the brush to kind of help me, because I don't want to muddy this up. I want to keep that blue color, right? If you overdo it with blending, sometimes, guys, you muddy it up, and all the pretty work that you did to get a color, you ruin it because it starts blending in. And